If you watch my videos about puzzles, you may know that I consider Art and Fable Puzzle Company to have some of the highest production values in puzzle making when it comes to puzzles that you can still afford without, getting a second mortgage. There are some companies that are super boutique. Art and Fable is basically a boutique company that doesn't cost too much, doesn't cost much more than a regular puzzle. And they come with really nice designs, and they have these little gadgets, these little thingies. They come with a nice, solid, sturdy print, which is just beautiful in itself, and also you can use it as you're solving the puzzle. They come with a resealable bag. Who doesn't love that? A holder that you can stick under the lid, so the lid also becomes a reference when you're solving the puzzle. And the puzzles themselves have nice images, a very nice fit, and they have this unique thing that unfortunately cannot convey to you through video, which is the velvety touch. These puzzles just have a velvety feel, which is very pleasant as you're solving the puzzle and moving the pieces around, and even more so when you give the puzzle the rub, which is what every sane person does as soon as they completed the puzzle. That's part of the reward that you have for completing a puzzle. You can give it the rub. And if the puzzle is velvety, that's a whole other experience. In this video, I'm gonna tell you about Lake Como Breeze. By now, you have seen the image and the puzzle, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned the title also. Lake Como Breeze, 750 pieces, which is an unusual size for me. Usually, I go for 1,000. That's by far the most puzzles that I solved. Sometimes 500. 750 is right there. Doesn't happen often, but this image was just so nice that I wanted to solve it. And I gotta tell you, although I felt a bit confused, but this is not 500 or 1,000. Not true. I really somehow felt a little bit like out of my comfort zone. Isn't that weird? But I still enjoyed this puzzle a great deal. The image is beautiful, and in terms of not just, like being a work of art, but being the image of a puzzle, it was a lot more challenging than I expected. I expected a good challenge because the colors, of course, were scattered all around, but I could still say, I can still identify some patterns. I mean, this area is very different from everything else, and these areas very different. Come on, these pieces here, they need to stand out, right? And yes, these like 7-8 pieces here, very easy. Everything else was a lot more challenging than I expected. The edges, even the edges were a little bit surprising. I think I had like 1 or 2 false positives, probably around here, if I remember correctly, and I did not expect that. Other than that, when the pieces were mixed together in the box, the patterns turned out to be a lot less distinctive than I expected. Being able to tell that these are different from some of the other greens, I thought it'd be easy, but it was not, because some of those patterns there actually also have similar patterns around here. These greens, very distinctive, right? And yet, not so much. It turned out that maybe there are other areas here and here that were more similar. These two walls, I mean, how can you have any doubt? And yet I had a lot. I had many. This red, very unique, and yet there are other red things here and there that threw me off. So, luckily enough, the puzzles do not all have the same shape. As you can see, there's a variety. Although you don't have crazy shapes, so you don't have like crazy angles that may help you. Oh my gosh, there's only one puzzle that can go in that weird whatever hook may be there. So, although there are different compositions of pieces going in and connectors going in and connectors going out, not crazy shapes, but still they definitely, those connectors did help, because only certain pieces would go in certain positions. But other than that, but at least I was able to sort by shape, which I like to do. First by pattern, but again, that wasn't all that usable. Then by shape, and then little by little, tackling little by little, then I was able to do it. So, unusual size for me, and surprisingly challenging level of difficulty. Still doable, but again, a lot more or considerably more challenging than expected, but then of course a lot more satisfying when the puzzle was completed. So Lake Como Breeze, excellent puzzle, especially for anybody who's looking for a good level of challenge, but still not something crazy, and you're not doing like 8,000 pieces. It's still 750, very doable, but again, not trivial at all. And at the end, you have a really beautiful, really pleasant image. Lake Como Breeze by Art and Fable Puzzle Company.